So, the musket, is it any good for PvP? Should you get it? Well, in this video, I want to try and answer that and give you my thoughts and opinions, having run the musket in PvP for well over a week now. I'm Dan, this is Unified Gaming, and we're going to jump straight in. So first up, what is the musket? The musket is a ranged weapon that fires cartridges. Each shot will do an insane amount of damage at really high ranges, but you have to be incredibly accurate. The scaling is pretty favourable for this, and you can get really high burst if you build for it, as you can see in the gameplay time and time again. As for the skills, there are 6 skills that you have access to. There is Power Shot, Power to Burn, Stop and Power. These 3 ones put an extra or special bullet into the game chamber and will allow you to then shoot with an extra effect on it. Power Shot is more damage, Power to Burn is damage over time, and Stop and Power is a snare/stun. You then have 3 other skills. You have Shooter's Stance, that is your DPS skill in my opinion. You get down into this firing position and you shoot 3 to 5 shots depending on passives really fast. You then have Trapper, which lets you throw traps and things on the floor to immobilize and snare and stun people. And then you have Sticky Bomb. This is your AoE that you can throw, but it does have a cooldown to prime and also to damage, so it can be a bit finicky to use. As for the ultimates, you have Sniper, which gives you a better zoom and you get more crit damage. And then for the other ultimate, you have Lethal Combo, which will give you bonus damage to anybody impacted by one of the status effects in the Trapper line. But in a nutshell, that is what these skills do. There's much more information on the passives, and I do have a much more detailed kind of guide as to what I use and why I use it coming up, so don't miss out. Now, I want to use this section to answer that question. Is the musket good for PvP? And just to kind of make it very clear, I've actually chosen a few clips that typify kind of how I use the gun. I land many shots, but I miss a few too. And you'll have this too. As with the musket, what is it really good at? Well, based on the skills we saw, it's great for just high damage with each shot. Every shot you do will hit really hard, but you have to aim them, and it is very, very sensitive. If you are somebody who doesn't play shooter games normally, and you find accuracy hard, this is going to be difficult for you, I'm afraid. But it doesn't mean you can't use it. You just have to practice with it again and again. The other thing that I found is, yes, you hit like a truck. Yes, every skill you do will do a quarter, a third of somebody's health bar easily each shot. But if you miss one of those shots, the reload is so long that your DPS is really low. And that's obviously quite an issue. If you fight a magic user or you fight a bow user, they can, chuck out 2 or 3 attacks during your reload. And that there is obviously why it's so hard. You have to land every shot to make it count. Alternatively, you do what I do and you try to keep the range, and that's where you get the best result with the musket. I would have to say this though, that although it is really difficult to aim, especially at first, and it can be expensive with the ammo cost that you have to pay for, thankfully it's cheaper now, it is incredibly fun and satisfying. When you have little combats like this, when we are shooting each other, trying to kill each other, and it's literally a matter of who has the best aim, who has the accuracy to just kill the other person. This is about 50 meters away, and we're just trying and trying and trying, and I get the hit, and I'm doing a 400 to 600 per shot. It's a lot of damage, especially when you have like 2k health at this level. But I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to have a guide coming up soon about how the build is, so make sure you subscribe. But I'm Dan, this is Unified Gaming, and bye!